Right, as we approach over the course of the next couple of days, the halfway point of the Premier League season, what we thought we'd do is ask our pundits to put together their team of the season so far. As I say that, Wycombe have just got one back against Charlton. We'll hear from Peen and Sue on that in just a moment. It's Richard Konek yet again. And what we did is ask our pundits to come up with their team of the season so far. However, couldn't pick more than one player from the same team. I've seen none of these teams so far, and as he's with us today, not always with us, Darren Bent, we're going to start with you, Darren. So, your team of the season so far. Here it is. Talk us through it.
Yeah, so goalkeeper Pickford, Everton.
He's been magnificent, hasn't he?
He's been fantastic. And I just feel like forever having a goalkeeper, I didn't want to take away from some of the big boys, so I put Pickford, who has been fantastic.
Also be happy there's a Forest player in there. There has to be, doesn't there?
Wan-Bissaka, I think he's done really well for West Ham since he's got there. So the right back was a situation. I did toy with others, but I went with him. Morello and Gabriel, I think, have been outstanding, both of them. Gabriel with the goals. Morello for Nottingham Forest, been brilliant. Robinson, Fulham going really well in the season as well, so I thought he deserved to be in there in that position. I mean, it was the three in the middle of the park that kind of gave me a little bit of problems.
Was this the hardest area for you?
A little bit, yeah, because I needed a holder in there because obviously tactically, I know Dawson, when we come to this is awful, but tactically I wanted a holder in there, so Baleba. I think Palmer and Rodgers has been outstanding. Palmer speaks for himself. And then the three up top, Isaac, I think, has been incredible. Cunha's been brilliant for Wolves, and Mohamed Salah. I mean, he's been probably the best player this season in the Premier League, so had to be in there.
Is Rodgers the one for you that when he ticks, Villa tick?
Yeah, he is. I think he's outstanding. That connection he's had with Duran, certainly, of recent times as well. The performance against Manchester City, taking the ball, his goal when he picked up from deep and he drove with it, I think he's one who hasn't let his standards drop. So, yeah, he had to be in there as well.
Dawson's kind of looking down at his screen, concentrating really hard. Is that because he's trying to remember the team he went with? Well, Dawson, you've already had a bit of banter from Benty on your team. Here it is.
No defend.
And well, there it is.
Look at that midfield.
That midfield. Listen, explain.
I will explain, Simon. No problem. Yeah, I mean, I think Pickford will be a choice for the majority because it was a player from each team. So that was where you go.
I mean, you'd have desperately wanted.
Yeah, I mean, Pickford has been magnificent.
More than one Forest player.
Yeah, Milenkovic and people will have probably looked at Murillo, but I think Milenkovic.
Well, Benty had Murillo in.
Yeah,
you've got Milenkovic.
I have, and the reason is. Big fan of Murillo, but I think Milenkovic from set pieces conceded way too many last year. They only got 4 clean sheets through the whole season. They've got 7 already, and I think that's down to Milenkovic as well as Murillo. But I went Milenkovic, Munoz for Crystal Palace. I like it, the way he plays as a right wing back. Gabriel speaks for itself. You could have put maybe Saliba in there, but I went for Gabriel. And I think Robinson, the way they play with Silva, him and Iwobi, combine really, really well down that left-hand side. 6 assists this season for him, so that was why. And then this is where was a question marks. Me and Clinton and Benty had a big debate over breakfast this morning because I went with 3 very, very attacking midfielders. Because some of our producers message saying it had to be a back 4. I probably would have gone a back 3 with a holding midfield.
Oh, it had to be a certain...
Yeah, it was a 4-3-3 was where we had to make our team. So right. Robinson and Muniz can come into midfield. They
quite strict, isn't it?
Well, no, only on Clinton and Benty's eyes. We'll see theirs when it comes in. But I went very, very attacking with that. And let's pass on to them because my team's gone, so I'm to move on.
Well, so far, I mean, particularly at the back, there's
Sam, the producer.
At the back so far, there's a love-in for Pickford, there's a love-in for Gabriel as well. Let's see if you follow.
I picked it, but I made a mistake because I should have put Rodgers in. I forgot about Rodgers.
Who did you go for?
I put Tielemans in instead because
he's not been bad.
He's been good, but I put Bruno Guimaraes. Listen, the back. Ola Aina has probably been the best fullback. Robinson's been good. I'll go quickly. Gabriel, Pickford speaks for itself. Sabani, Bournemouth. You have to have a Bournemouth player. He's been outstanding. Palmer, Bruno, Tielemans, Salah, Haaland. Even though people don't want Haaland, Isak's been brilliant. Haaland's still got more goals than Isak. That's why I went my striker score goals. And then
Bournemouth, particularly at home, has been terrific.
He's been outstanding, so make it make sense. Thanks for coming. Quick, very quick. How can you have Kulusevski, Rodgers and Palmer with no holding midfielder? Our producer Sam said 4-3-3, make it make sense.
You're less keen to talk about your team and more keen to talk about Dawson.
Because he knows my team's better.
Now I want to... What we love about you, Tim, is you're a straight talker. You tell it like it is. In terms of your team, initially you got it a little bit wrong because you didn't hear the small detail about one from...
Yeah, each team. I just picked the Liverpool side.
I wish we had it on a graphic. So your original team was pretty much Liverpool 1 to 11.
Yeah, and Norwich have just scored.
Oh, so they have.
Cheer you up.
We'll reflect that in the EFL goal zone very shortly.
I mean, I had to pick Pickford. I had to pick him. I think the 0-0s what they've had recently, or the results they've had recently, have single-handedly. I mean, they've been. Tarkowski's been brilliant in front of him, but Pickford's made some wonderful saves. I have to have Trent Alexander-Arnold in there. There's no better right back in the league. The passing range is.
Do you think he'll still be there next season? Based on what we've read in the last couple of days?
I think it'd be a Real Madrid. I think if it wasn't for Real Madrid coming in, I think he'd still be a Liverpool player. Milenkovic, outstanding. Guy who I've just shoehorned in there.
You've got Jarrod Bowen in. No one else going for Bowen. We spoke about him Boxing Day. Terrific.
I think he's incredible. I think he could play for a top 3 side. I really do. Well,
you felt Liverpool in waiting kind of player.
And Cunha, I had to get in there. I wanted to take him out after he elbowed the guy from Ipswich and ripped his glasses off.
And he's still waiting on that FA panel, isn't he?
Yeah, but in the meantime, he's earned his
damaging
team
other
6
teams.
points, and you could do Tottenham some damage today. So I don't know why. Hopefully the panel's back from their Christmas celebrations and they can suspend this guy. But he's a top draw player. Don't take that away from him. He is a player who could play at a top level. Palmer has to be in anyone's side. Saka has to be in the team for me as well. A little genius. And Isak speaks for itself. And the one who no one's picked is Kirkes, who will be at Liverpool next year anyway.
And Tim's gone with me, 3 very attacking midfielders. So, Tim, you've managed in the Premier League, so I was right as well.
No one wants to watch a 0-0.
Wants to watch that, Tim?
Get the bodies forward and just try and entertain people.
That's working out right for him.
And sit in 11.
Mike, I just want to ask you very, very quickly on the Cunha question that Tim picks out. He's got him in his team. He has been available for recent games, and we've seen just how good he's been for Wolves and how good Wolves are under their new boss as well.